with the dignitaries, okay? You must wait here on the side of the stage. Chaperones, we will then seat them. So, famous entertainer in England, when he comes on stage, you must go wild, okay? So, you must cheer loud, because at the moment you're very quiet.
Go on, wait. Thank you. Ladies, can I take one of the on the end and likewise, vice versa. That's lovely. Thank you very much. Best of luck.
The association in the United States and I decided that the best thing for us to do was to take a stance, a positive stance, and come over to Africa and support her instead of staying at home, and that's exactly what I decided to do.
She wasn't anyway. I think it's very important for all of us to talk and not turn our backs on each other. I think that had we have done that, that's just what few people, remember 122 million were for all of Nigeria welcoming this world, and the people in the north are a small group in comparison, so they wouldn't have worried. But everyone got together and said it together, this is wrong. So I think that made a big impact. I don't think Miss World was responsible for doing that. I think the Nigerian people have done it themselves, which is very important, because we don't want to interfere with Sharia.
I think that boycotting Miss World in Nigeria is unjust, because Nigeria is a new democracy, and President Obasanjo assured the international community that Amina will not be stoned. So we prefer that girl attend the beauty contest in Nigeria. We met also Amina Lawal when we went there 2 weeks ago. We asked her if she prefer girls boycott or attend Miss World, and she said it's better if they come.
I think that the whole of the nation is in sympathy with her, and I believe that she will be released eventually.
much. Wonderful, everybody. Gentlemen of the press, please. Let's try and thank you. You may be seated.
The government and people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria welcome you very, very warmly, very, very joyfully to the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
You want to carry Osila? Or she's sleeping. Or she doesn't want to wake up.
No, what are you doing?
Kisani waka? Kama wani
I will keep it here.
In the preservation of the human rights of every human being that lives in this country.
Now let me go to the other side and say, all the beauty queens, all the beauty queens from the West Indies, you are welcome.
And the government has the right to say what they feel like saying. But we do not in any way want this case to be politicized in any way, because it's life and death.
And I'd say that the governments and queens from across the world.
I'll now be asking all the lovely ladies.
And in Africa, we mostly believe that beauty is someone who's healthy, well proportioned and things like that. But some cultures are changing, because now, being heavy is not that much healthy. So.
The proper African or Nigerian lady is a lot bigger than I am. So, but I still want the most beautiful girl in Nigeria pageant and got to present Nigeria. So, it really matters with different people and because different people have different opinions.
Yeah, there's no threat of life and property, and there's no direct link. Just like even one of the organizers mentioned in the CNN interview, there's no link between what is going on in Kaduna and the Miss World hosting of the Miss World. The girls have been here; they've been having great times, and at least we spoke to about 10 of them today, and all of them said it's sad that they don't want to go, but they have to go because they're instructed to go. So we want to be able to clarify whose instructions and what is going on.
What is your next line of action now?
We just await to get clarifications and meet with our other organizers because, like I said, we think that they have sold out.
LIANZ Alliance. They are the major market.
Let's tell her.
We might have left, but we're still here. We're still here because the show was here. We've got masses of wonderful footage of Nigeria, and we are going to use it. The show is only going to be the final in London. The heart of the show is here in Nigeria. And Nigerians, I hope, will support it still, and I hope you'll come to London to see the show because it's a Nigerian show. Either, with some of the things when I arrived here, I didn't understand your questions.
To be angry. The loss is for Nigeria. She may lose millions of pounds, but the loss is for us. We lost a great opportunity to showcase Nigeria to the world.
I love you. Thank you, Nigeria. I will be returning, I promise. Bye. Thank you so much.
Put them for head. One of them was crying. Hey, look, man.
The president of this World Organization, if we considered violence around the world, I wouldn't even be in England. We had Northern Ireland and nobody minded coming to England. I am not saying that's right. I'm just saying that if we now look and say, where is there violence in the world? We can't go there. We'll all end up staying at home. What we've got to do is stop being violent.
It is good to the Zamfara state government to call the woman and show her her mistake, because if it is a Muslim concern that did such kind of things, in the Islamic law, you will be killed.
We believe in Muhammad. He is the messenger of God. And even their Jesus that they do worship, we know he's a prophet. We cannot say anything against him.
Put them for head.
The relief on the faces of the contestants was clear to see as they arrived in the UK after a hastily arranged flight from Nigeria. The Miss World contest was forced to pull out of the West African state after rioting left more than 200 people dead.
Obviously it's been quite daunting, but I'm just happy to be home at the moment.
The Miss World contestants are relieved to be on British soil.
Wonderful! Great.
They landed at Gatwick Airport this morning on a specially chartered plane. Among them, Miss England Daniela Luan. And Miss Scotland reassured us the competition is going ahead.
No, we're participating.
You keep working.
Airport officials wanted to get them through the arrivals lounge as quickly as possible.
That's fine, thank you.
The contest itself is now surrounded by confusion.
I don't know.
It's due to be staged in London, but the Miss World company is reported to be trying to find another sponsor and a venue. The crowning of the eventual winner is scheduled to take place on December the 7th. The Miss World contestants are now based here at an airport hotel. They've been banned from speaking to the media by the organisers until a press conference due to take place tomorrow morning. Angus Walker, ITV News, Heathrow.
The competition will be held on December the 7th in London, the same day as originally planned. Tarnas Vazepo, ITV News.
Miss World competitors should have been practicing their posing in Nigeria, but with over 200 people killed in riots there this weekend, instead they're rather forlornly at this airport hotel near Heathrow.
My initial reaction was I felt really sick and I thought, oh, I don't want to do this anymore.
I always feel safe in my country. It's just that the other contestants maybe don't feel safe.
Some, though, have little sympathy for the girls or indeed the competition.
This whole pageant is like, I don't know, it's like one of those containers of nuclear waste that's circling the globe, looking for a safe harbour, and nobody wants to take it in.
Well, they've found a safe harbour in London, but at such short...
Evacuated from Nigeria and now seeking both a venue and a compere for the competition on December the 7th. Competitors and organisers say it was a press report that caused the trouble, not the Miss World contest itself. And at this slightly bizarre occasion this morning, few were better placed to comment on that than Miss Nigeria herself, Chinenye Ochuba.
I've been feeling sad and really down. Yeah, it's just that the other contestants maybe don't feel safe, but I can tell you they've been having a wonderful time in Nigeria.
Organiser Julia Morley's weathered a few storms of protest over Miss World down the years, but never anything quite as deadly as this.
If the Miss World pageant hadn't gone to Nigeria, more than 200 people would not be dead and thousands of people would not be homeless. That's an indisputable fact.
No, it isn't. Let me tell you why. Miss World is from Nigeria. There's been many remarks made, but they were very happy to see Nigeria win. When we were there recently, Muslims and Christians, as they were when we were there, were welcoming. What is a fact is that if a journalist made a remark as they did, there is a right. In this area, apparently, there are always rights. It's sad that all these people died, but at the same time, you can't blame Miss World for that. That's illogical to blame.
So it's all the fault of the media?
No, it was one media, not all the fault of all the media. I'm not blaming all the media. Media's not a problem at all. It's their right.
Well, the view both from the competition organisers and the contestants is that what happened in Nigeria was basically the fault of one irresponsible press reporter. They say the show will go on at a location which is yet to be decided in London.
They said we'll put a tent up in Hyde Park if we have to. So what do our girls make of it all? Mrs. England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland.
I don't believe that it was any of the contestants' fault, or I don't believe it was because of the contest that this happened.
The people in Nigeria aren't rioting about the Miss World competition, they're rioting about something that was said about us, and it's a very fine line.
I feel it's absolutely awful that those 100 people have been, those innocent people have been killed, and it's absolutely terrible. I don't feel it should be associated with the Miss World competition.
Well, I would hope that it would highlight the problems that are still going on in Nigeria, the conflict between the Muslims and the Christians, and hopefully some good will come out of it.
Organisers believe a lot of good has already come from the 53-year-old competition. In that time, they claim it's raised no fewer than £100 million for children's charities worldwide.
Miss World would have been if it was Miss World's fault, but it isn't the fault of the girls or any of us. It was a journalist that made a remark which was absolutely clear. It was a remark that absolutely infuriated the young Muslims. Even the Muslims accept that, the president accepts it, and the whole country accepts it. I wouldn't like to be the cause of a riot, but I do understand that Miss World can be sometimes used as a political football. We have to change our satellite arrangements, we have to change many arrangements. But having said that, the show will go out.
The girls are used to having to defend Miss World, but rarely has there been a competition so plagued by chaos, controversy and sheer lack of interest. Katie Derham, ITV News.
Doctors, lawyers, architects, television presenters amongst them, and they're really bright people.
And is there a demand for it, though? Because, I mean, you haven't got a broadcaster for the show at the moment, have you?
Actually, we have, but you'd be surprised. We've got 130 nations taking the show live. That's why it's got to go on live.
But you'll struggle to see it here. I called all the main TV channels in the UK this afternoon, and none had any plans to screen the show. Good, says one feminist author.
This is a competition that has passed its amuse-by date. I mean, it's so demeaning for women to be sitting there next to your spouse or your husband, watching him swim through a pool of his own drool to get to the girls on the TV screen.
Miss World contestants are used to controversy, and this year's are as eager as ever to wholly defend the event. But rarely has the competition come in for such criticism and faced such hard times. Katie Derham, ITV News, Heathrow. Miss England and Miss Nigeria putting a brave face on what's turned into more of a tragic farce than a pageant. The Miss World competitors should still have been in Nigeria, but with more than 200 people killed in religious riots there over the weekend, sparked by an article about the contest, instead they're, well, rather forlornly at this airport hotel near Heathrow and still don't know where their big night is going to take place.
My initial reaction was I felt really sick and I thought, oh, I don't want to do this anymore.
I always feel safe in my country. It's just that the other contestants maybe don't feel safe.
Miss World's come in for a lot of flack in recent years, but surely nothing can compare to these, well, frankly, chaotic scenes of the competition flown back to the UK in crisis, about to take place against the backdrop of, well, hundreds of deaths in Nigeria. Is this a PR disaster from which Miss World simply won't be able to recover?
Big hugs again if we can. That's lovely. Daniela. And just down this way again. And just both to your left. But Daniela.
Toby, just look behind you.
She meant the other side.
Daniela. Just this way, over here.
Simon, this Miss UK, can you just get it?
No, not at all. People in the North have always had problems, either religious or political, for one reason or the other. So I believe this might just be an excuse for them to just start up something. But I don't believe the pageant has anything to do with the riots. Nothing at all.
Excuse me, we're trying to get a shot here.
Miss France.
Je suis très contente d'être allée au Nigeria et je pense qu'on aurait pu faire l'élection là-bas, qu'il n'y avait vraiment aucun souci pour nous. La sécurité était très importante et on a servi de prétexte en fait. Les émeutes qu'il y a eu, c'est parce qu'on est en ce moment en période électorale et c'était un bon prétexte de se servir de nous comme...
Πέρασα πάρα πολύ ωραία στην Νιγηρία. Οι άνθρωποι ήταν πάρα πολύ καλοί, ζεστοί, μας χαιρετούσαν στους δρόμους. Δεν υπήρξε κανένα πρόβλημα και νομίζω ότι αυτό το οποίο συνέβη εκεί πέρα, το οποίο δεν το ξέραμε κιόλας στην Νιγηρία που ήμασταν, είναι πολύ λυπητερό. Και αυτό γιατί οι άνθρωποι είδα ότι θα πρέπει να αγαπάνε οι άνθρωποι μεταξύ τους άλλους ανθρώπους και γιατί ο Θεός είναι αγάπη, πιστεύω. Και στεναχωρέθηκα πάρα πολύ για ό,τι συνέβη. Δεν ένιωσα καθόλου φόβο εκεί πέρα γιατί υπήρχε πολλή αστυνομία και μας πρόσεχαν πάρα πολύ. Και απλά λυπάμαι γιατί έπρεπε λόγω αυτού του γεγονότος να γυρίσουμε στο Λονδίνο για να γίνει ο διαγωνισμός στο Λονδίνο.
Social for me, respect. No, irrespective of it's the fact that the circumstances have.
Has it been worth it? Well, if you're looking at it from your point of view, I suppose yes, because it's the journalist that caused it in the first place, in terms of the guy in Nigeria making the comment he did. That was why there was a riot, not because of Miss World. If you can understand that, you'll realise that Miss World had nothing to do with that.
It's not happened because of Miss World. Miss World has got nothing to do with it. We've been dragged into it yet again. I mean, Miss World always gets dragged into it negative, but, you know, we all know here that it's not our fault.
I think that so far it's been a fabulous experience, and I was sad to leave Nigeria, and I must say that it was quite a production, but I've had a great time and I can understand why we are here in London now.
I didn't actually feel the whole process of relocating, and that we cannot be directly connected with the deaths. Unfortunate as they are, the Miss World organization cannot hold any blame with that, and I don't think it's a question of worth. I think it's that we need to make sure that we separate the two instances because they're not related.
Pienso que nosotras somos un ejemplo de tolerancia y de convivencia, porque aquí somos niñas de muchos países que tenemos diferentes culturas, creemos en diferentes dioses y sin embargo convivimos juntas y nos toleramos y tratamos de tener un buen ambiente entre nosotras.
Nigeria で大会を私は開くべきだったと思います。なぜならばナイジェリアの方々、私が感じる限りはすごくとてもいい方々だったので、最後までナイジェリアで開くべきだったのではないかと思います。
Give us a wave. Yes.
We didn't cause the riots, that's proved. We raise a lot of money, we do a lot of useful things, and all these young women together, communicating together, is a very useful and valuable thing in our society.
Yeah, can we change this? Move along, move along.
Impact is terrible. First of all, you have to understand, when you do something like that, the third world nation trying to find its feet, trying to bring in foreign investment, trying to project the right image for the country, and all of a sudden you pull everybody out of the country, it creates the impression it's not safe. It creates the impression we can't do it right. It's a wrong impression. The press, I believe, is responsible, blowing out of proportion, and it makes it bad for all of us.
Stormy weather, since my man and I ain't together, keeps raining on.
Well, I certainly feel that everyone's entitled to their opinion. I talked with my franchise holders and my family, and we felt that the best thing for me to do was to go over to Nigeria and compete, simply because we heard and thought that Amina wanted us to be there, and our presence there was more important to her as a person. If at any time my presence there had caused anything to happen to her or other people, then I would have left. But I don't feel like it did. I feel like that the journalist should be at fault for what happened. The 100 people, over 100 people that were killed. What's going on?
But I cannot see her. I don't know.
No, she's a blonde one.
Yes, I guess.
Bag of shite, that's what I know here.
I'm here for Miss Norway, support her, and you know, yeah. And hopefully she's gonna win. Yeah.
And do you think the atmosphere of the contest been spoiled at all by the events in Nigeria? Do you think that can overcome it?
For now, for today, it's not gonna have any effects. But for earlier, of course, it has. Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about the situation that happened in Nigeria?
For Miss Norway, we were a little bit afraid of what was going to happen, but we've been talking to Miss Norway for the whole time, and she's been feeling really safe. Yes.
Are we going to let anyone go yet? There were no particular threats to this event, but clearly this is a very high-profile event that's going out to over 100 countries worldwide, and therefore it attracts great media interest, but also because of the very reasons why this event ended up at Alexandra Palace, being transferred from Nigeria last week.
Give us a wave.
See you all again next year at the 53rd Miss World competition, to be held in Sanya, People's Republic of China.
Finish.
I feel very great. I'm very excited. It was a surprise. Right now it's very hard to realize what happened, but I'm very happy.
I think it was a good idea to move it to London because I think the girls are more safe here. I think so.
Well, I think it should have went well actually. I don't know. In Nigeria, why not?